Welcome to the channel. Today, I'll be recapping an extraordinary tale of glamour and deceit involving a husband, wife, and a lover in the movie Survivor Island, also known as 3. This captivating story delves into the realms of black magic and betrayal, keeping you engrossed until the very end with its merciless final suspense. The film opens with Jennifer, a young woman fighting for her life in the vast ocean, desperately swimming towards an isolated island. Exhausted and on the brink of collapse, she finally reaches the island's shores, succumbing to sheer exhaustion. Jennifer reminisces about the events leading up to this moment, recalling when she, her husband Jack, and 2 friends embarked on a vacation cruise ship. Before their voyage, Jennifer encounters Manuel, a shipworker, who sparks a certain attraction within her. However, their budding connection is interrupted by the sudden appearance of Manuel's girlfriend, Maria. A heated argument ensues between the couple, drawing the attention of everyone on board. Maria, in a fit of anger, places a curse upon Manuel before storming off. Later, during the dinner, Jack confronts Manuel about the argument, unintentionally causing offense. Meanwhile, Maria, adorned in peculiar attire, engages in occult rituals and practices black magic, seemingly entranced by its power. In her ritual, she creates a voodoo doll in the likeness of Manuel. This is due to Manuel's flirtatious nature, which consistently irritates Maria. Meanwhile, aboard the ship, Jack and Jennifer grow closer, cherishing moments together. However, an enchanting aura surrounds Jennifer, causing her to behave erratically and lose control. Adjacent to their room, Manuel overhears them. As Maria hits the voodoo doll, Manuel experiences the same pain, mirroring the effects of Maria's actions. Now it's morning, and Manuel is serving Jennifer and her friend. Jennifer playfully flirts with Manuel, as they engage in some light-hearted banter. Manuel is somewhat attractive, and Jack observes their interaction, expressing his displeasure. The ship's captain approaches Manuel, advising him to behave properly with Jack and everyone else. However, Manuel becomes infuriated by all of this and storms off. He returns shortly to retrieve his goggles but angrily throws a handkerchief, which lands on the gas stove, causing it to ignite. On the ship's deck, everyone enjoying, but then they notice that a fire has started. They become concerned, and the captain attempts to extinguish the fire in the kitchen. However, the fire has grown too intense, and it becomes uncontrollable. The captain then instructs everyone to immediately abandon the ship, and they all aboard a boat. However, due to the explosion caused by the fire, their boat rolls. Jennifer's heart weighed heavy as she recollected the tragic events. Suddenly, her eyes caught sight of a figure in need, and she sprinted towards it. It was the captain. However, Manuel also arrived, attempting to rescue the captain, only to discover it was too late. The captain had succumbed to his injuries. Seeking solace, Jennifer turned to Manuel and inquired if he had seen any other survivors. His response shattered her spirit, as he confessed to not encountering anyone else. The realization hit hard that her husband and friends were no longer among the living. As time passed, the weather drastically shifted, unleashing a torrential rainstorm. Seeking refuge, they huddled beneath a shattered boat. Sensing Jennifer's discomfort in the cold rain, Manuel selflessly offered his shirt to provide warmth. The scene shifted to the next morning. Jennifer cleansed herself in the sea and settled beside Manuel. Desperation filled her voice as she questioned their escape from the desolate island. Manuel's reply offered a sobering reality. It could take weeks or even months to find a way off the island, as their whereabouts remained unknown, and the existence of other survivors was uncertain. They would have to wait patiently for rescuers to locate them, while lacking the means to signal their location through a smoke signal or fire. Now, both of them collaborate to construct a shelter on the island. They sustain themselves by catching fish from the sea and drinking coconut water. One day, while they are both out at sea, Jennifer inquires about Manuel's girlfriend, Maria. This question agitates Manuel, leading to a heated argument between them. Jennifer no longer desires to remain there and urges Manuel to turn back since she is without clothes. However, Manuel refuses to leave and watches Jennifer walk away. In the evening, Manuel makes an attempt to reconcile with Jennifer, but she remains silent. The following morning, as Manuel goes fishing in the sea, Jennifer approaches him and confesses that she is no longer angry with him. They reconcile, and while fishing, Manuel discovers Jack in unconscious state. Manuel rescues him and brings him to the shore, where Jennifer rushes to embrace him. Her focus now entirely shifts to Jack. This gesture doesn't sit well with Manuel. For their meals, Manuel and Jennifer fish together, but Jack notices their growing closeness, fueling his suspicion of an affair. He confronts Jennifer about it and mistreats Manuel. Jennifer is displeased and decides to fish in the sea with Manuel. Upon their return, they find that Jack has set a fire using a lighter. This means they can now cook and eat the fish. However, Jack continues to suspect ulterior motives between Jennifer and Manuel. He persistently questions Jennifer about it and mistreats Manuel. Unhappy with the situation, Jennifer joins Manuel for fishing. When they return, only to discover that Jack has made alterations to the shelter, and only he and Jennifer will be staying there. Manuel is left to stay in the broken boat. During mealtime, Jack instructs Manuel to stay away from his wife, sparking an argument between Jack and Manuel. After Manuel departs, Jennifer asks Jack not to fight Manuel because he may refuse to give fish. Jack decides to venture out into the sea to fish on his own, even though he lacks expertise like Manuel. Jennifer accompanies him into deep waters, but their fishing attempts prove unsuccessful. Jack expresses a desire to go a little farther and try again, but Jennifer returns back. Manuel offers her food, but she insists on keeping it a secret from Jack. Upon Jack's return with a few small fishes, he becomes upset upon realizing that Jennifer had eaten a meal with Manuel. The following day, they engage in a heated argument and end up fighting over a fire. In a fit of anger, Jack grabs Manuel's fish and departs. Later, while Manuel is asleep, Jack steals his goggles. After a while, Manuel becomes aware of this and prepares to attack. Jennifer attempts to intervene, but Jack forcefully grabs her and attempts to assault her. Initially resisting, Jennifer eventually allows it, creating the impression that she has developed feelings for Manuel. After some time, Jack returns and sees Manuel and Jennifer sitting apart, seemingly calm. Jack immediately realizes that they have developed an intimate connection, which fills him with intense anger. He forcefully pulls Jennifer towards Manuel, asserting his ownership over her before storming off. Jennifer frantically searches for Jack, but he is nowhere to be found. Eventually, Jennifer returns to Manuel, and their bond grows stronger. Throughout this, Jack silently observes the unfolding events. The next day, Jack goes fishing in the sea and comes across a damaged boat. He struggles to bring it ashore, and then Jennifer and Manuel offer their assistance. However, Jack insists that they stay away. While Jack repairs the boat, Jennifer expresses bad words for him. As evening falls, Jennifer and Manuel engage in pleasurable activities, intentionally provoking Jack. They engage in intimate acts to taunt him. On the following morning, Jack heads out for fishing again. Sensing an opportunity, Manuel and Jennifer seize the moment to escape the island by taking the boat and fleeing. Jack hurries, but they have already departed. Jack witnesses their departure but remains composed. Jennifer notices a hole in the boat, realizing it was part of Jack's plan to cause them to drown. As they continue their journey, the boat eventually sinks. Both Jennifer and Manuel start swimming towards the shore. Meanwhile, Jack sets fire to their shelter. Upon reaching the beach, Jack assaults Manuel. Manuel sustains injuries and, in order to save himself, dives back into the water. Now, consumed by anger, Jack forcefully restrains Jennifer and subjects her to repeated taunting. After some time, Manuel arrives and launches an attack on Jack. A fierce fight ensues between the two of them. In the midst of the brawl, Jennifer manages to break free and somehow intervenes to save Manuel. They both make their escape from the scene. On another side, we witness Maria employing her dark magic against Manuel. The following morning, Jack embarks on a search for the two of them in the jungle and initiates a pursuit. Unbeknownst to them, Maria has already gained control over their minds, and they run for their lives unaware of this fact. Jack was getting hints through Maria's magical manipulation that they are hiding in a tree. Filled with rage, Jack hurls his spear, causing Manuel to fall due to Maria's spell. However, Jennifer bravely throws herself onto Jack in a bid to save Manuel. Amidst the ensuing chaos, it becomes apparent that Maria is wholly consumed by her immense powers, relentlessly unleashing them upon all three of them. Meanwhile, Manuel grabs a stone, intending to attack Jack, but Maria's magic causes him to stumble instead. In a tragic turn of events, the spear pierces Manuel's chest, resulting his demise. Maria lets out a triumphant scream, declaring that she has achieved her vengeance. Now, let's move on to a scene that unfolds a few days later. A family arrives at the beach and wakes Jennifer up. They bring her along with them, attempting to rescue her. Before departing, Jennifer manages to snatch Jack's lighter. The family inquires if there is anyone else present, but Jennifer denies it. As Jennifer returns to the ship, suddenly Jack emerges from the water and notices her heading back. He attempts to signal her to come back, but Jennifer, holding his lighter, smiles as the ship continues on its course. The movie concludes at this point. Jennifer knew that Jack would be unable to create a fire without the lighter, leaving him unable to cook and eventually leading to his demise. With that, her revenge would be complete. This is an incredibly intriguing story that relies on the audience to determine who the villain was. For Jennifer's boyfriend, Jack would be the villain. If anyone is a husband, then Manuel would be the villain. If anyone is a wife, then her husband would be the villain. And if someone remains neutral, then Maria would be the villain, as she manipulates the minds of everyone involved. I hope you enjoyed the explanation. Please subscribe to the channel and click the bell icon.